shredding. What's up guys, Dan here, Coalcracker, Bushcraft. So I'm not on the ski slopes and I'm not at the beach. I'm just at the school property today, hanging out, getting some sun. We haven't had much direct sun recently, a lot of overcast days, which resulted in a lot of this snow on the ground. Now when I first got out here, I was like, wow, is that bright? And that is something we need to be aware of, and that's why I got the sunglasses on. Snow blindness can be a real thing. The reflection of the sun off of the snow can damage our retinas. Maybe not permanently right away, but if it's prolonged exposure, it definitely can do some damage. So you want to always protect yourself. So I highly recommend, if you're outside in winter conditions with snow falling down or an area that it could snow, throw an old pair of sunglasses in your bag and have them. It's so much easier to protect your eyes that way than having to make something or bushcraft something while you're out there. But if you didn't take my advice and you don't have your sunglasses with you, what are you going to do? Well, there are ways that you can make devices to cover your eyes in order to protect them from all of this light that's entering them, but it is pretty difficult to find those materials quickly, just on the fly, exactly when you need them. But I'm going to tell you anyway how you can do it. I'm going to show you one way today here, because I was walking and I saw some bark. All right, so this is inner bark from tulip poplar. This is the only bark on my walk today that I saw that would be viable for this, and the reason I say that is because it's flexible. So if you look at something like pine bark, which might be coming off trees this time of the year from the water freezing behind it, it's very hard and brittle, so it's not going to be able to bend. So when you put it in front of your eyes, and we make sunglasses per se out of it, when you go to tie it on, most likely it's going to crack and fall apart. Where something that's more flexible like this, when I place it over my eyes, let me take these off, when I'm going to place it over my eyes, which we're going to do more than just place it over our eyes, but when I place it over my eyes like this, I could tie it behind my head and I'm still good. Okay, now with the tulip poplar bark, we don't have to take one of our trusty old knives, even though I know you want to use your knife right away in order to start cutting. All right, all that we're trying to do is limit the amount of light that's coming into our eyes. So in our case, we know tulip poplar bark has strands. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to pop some of this open, just like this, enough that I could see through. Okay, so like I could still see the camera, just like that. So not the absolute perfect setup right now, but it is cutting down a lot of that light that's coming to my eye, and I could still see the camera. So if I have to touch the lens, look at, ooh, I could still touch it. Whoop, mess it up, I could still adjust like that. And honestly, my eyes aren't hurting too bad. Now, is this the best scenario? Absolutely not. This is not the best scenario, right? This is going to be the best scenario time and time again. But again, if you're trapped out and you find a situation that you need these and you don't have them, this might work really well for you. So you got to just think outside the box. Now, I have seen these online made with birch bark. Unfortunately, where I'm at, we really don't have that kind of birch bark that we can utilize that. You can use bone and carve it. You can use wood and carve it. But something like this, quick, easy, effective, and real quick to gather, and then you look like a madman walking through the woods. So if anybody sees me while I'm walking around here, they're going to think I absolutely lost my mind. Alright, so that is it. Moral of the story, don't use birch bark, don't use bark. That's tulip poplar bark, not birch bark. Don't use bark if you don't have to. Bring a pair of sunglasses, protect your eyes, and stay safe while you're out in the woods. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe down below. You can also check us out at coalcrackerbushcraft.com for all our classes, our merchandise, and our blogs. And until next video, stay in the woods.